about it. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, bro.
Jamal
BG's
C.
finna. Yeah, man. He's already on that bench at Beach. It's just he can't push the guy out. That's Coach Mike got 9 of them. He might win his 10th one this year, retire, and then pass it off to Maul C. He got not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just,
huh?
man, dang.
Good Maul C, man. He's in here too. I'm gonna
Man,
invite Maul up to speak, man.
Greetings and
man,
salutations.
Maul C,
we trying
man.
to
Hold
rebuild
on,
the
y'all.
house.
Hold on, y'all. Maul C, how you doing, man? Appreciate you popping in,
Good,
bro.
bro. You already know. Hey, I heard the last part. Don't put that pressure on me with Coach Mike, man. That's the goat. I am not trying to
Hey,
walk in them shoes.
you see what I said? It would be a perfect way to walk out, and then, hey, you can walk into that thing, man.
Man, nah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm loving like being an assistant, and it's so dope because it's like, damn, I played for him, and now getting a chance to coach with him. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope to see. Like, I was kind of out the loop as far as high school go. To be honest with you, like I was into it with kids, but not like actual teams. So seeing Coach Kerr, seeing
Come on.
Brent Merritt, and seeing B. Roy and all these guys how they coach and their philosophies and their schemes, and just seeing it from a different level has been dope. And
Nah, that.
congrats to you, bro, for showing O'Day too. I already heard about that. That's
Yeah,
dope.
man. Nah, man. I had to figure it out. But nah, Maul, one thing I wanted to ask you is from your time being on the sidelines, coaching and then, what you do with, commentating on the sidelines, has that like changed your way of how you see the game? Obviously from being a player, or has it not? I just want like what's your thoughts on that?
Nah, totally, totally. Especially because when I was still trying to hoop for real and was like kind of down about that and depressed or whatever, I started coaching kids in I think sixth grade, and it rediscovered my love, and then it had me seeing it from a different way. And that like relearning stuff, thoughts I hadn't had since I was 10, 11 years old, 12 years old, and then learning how to be concise and learning how to get a message across that they can understand helped me on TV. Like I didn't know I was gonna be doing TV. That wasn't even the plan. I thought I was gonna be a GM for real. And then when that opportunity came, I'm like, nah, I'm good because I got to move and I'm settling in now. But coaching those kids, like just giving them what standard is, what culture is, and like it helped me see the game from a totally different point of view. And it's like I'm learning the game in a whole different way, and I'm learning it again. So I'm like falling back love with the game again in a different way, which is dope.
Hey man, listen, one of the last things I want to say to you, Maul, regardless, is I love the progress of JJ. I love what I'm seeing from him. I love the you're not forcing him to be like who you are. You're just letting him grow, and he's just coming into his own. I was telling some of the people on the spaces that was one of the most impressive things is to see the young guys like your son, IT son, to being in the camp with the older guys and still competing. You know what I mean? Like to me, that was the biggest thing is like looking like you belong. JJ looked like he belonged with some of the best players in the country.
Yeah, that surprised me to be honest with you, and to be really honest, some of the things, especially lately, has kind of surprised me. From the Section 7 summer to the EYBL playing up there into Peace Camp for sure, because he's in a great position, but he's also in a no-win position because you're always gonna come back to me as he's his dad, and he's running his own race. And I keep telling them, I'm like, yo, even before we got into it, I'm like, some people gonna say you good, some people gonna say you're bad, some people's not gonna care anyway. So just play the long game, and for him to see the growth and development, and to be really real with you, I saw a big jump with him when I retired and I was able to be here every day. And that's when I saw things really start progressing. And that's when things like really hit. And he's always loved it and I always thought like his talent was ahead of his body. And people was like, oh, he can shoot. I'm like, nah, he can dribble and pass as good as he can shoot, but it's tough to see because he's always playing up. But now to see people like, oh, he got some game on his own, that's gratifying because I know the work that he puts into it. So that's really cool. I appreciate it.
And the last compliment I got to give you, Mo, is how I be watching how you stress JJ to play the right way.
You
In an
have
era where you
to.
could be letting your son play daddy ball. You know what I mean? You could just be doing that and let it be what it be, but you're stressing your son to play the right way because it's not about now. It's about later, where
Nah,
for
bro, and
how we
I've
grind.
always been like that. I appreciate that you noticed that because I've always been. I've actually daddy balled in the wrong way. That's my
Right?
wife says.
No, no, for real. Because
I'll
most of
take him
it's
out.
let my son do what he want and stall everybody else
Yeah,
out.
yeah, no, no. If you want to be good at this and play long, like if you want to play a long time, you got to know how to play with other good players. And my thing is, it's cute when they're 6 and 7 years old and they're the only one that can dribble and like, bro, okay, we can't still have that mentality when they're entering high school. Like that ain't gonna work. Either they're gonna go to a smaller school or they're gonna be playing somewhere they shouldn't be playing because they never learned how to play the right way. So I'm a big stickler on that. Huge, huge, huge stickler on that because I don't care who you are, at some point you're gonna have to adjust your game. You see guys like Chris Paul. He had to adjust to go play with James Harden. You see guys like James Harden have to adjust to play with Kawhi. Like if you know how to play, you can play longer. You can play anywhere. That's world proof. You can play in China. You can play overseas. You can play D1, D2, D3, high level high school. But if you don't know how to play, or it's always about you, at some point you're gonna struggle because you're gonna get dudes who are just like you, like, nah, get off the rock, bro. And that's the last thing I'll say about that is what's in your bag isn't all the moves you got. What's in your bag is okay. Today's a closeout game where I got to just play the closeout because they're running me off my shot. Okay, today's a catch and shoot day. Today I got to sprint the court. That's what's in your bag that you can go to different tools when you're playing with different people.
Come on, man. Hold on, before I let you go, Slim, did you want to ask Marcy a question? Just one question, man, before Maul get out of here.
Yeah, no, no, I'm here for a minute. Whoever,
Okay,
I got a
yeah,
few questions. Anybody want to ask a question? I
Yeah,
ride
yeah.
along.
no, I
Hey, let me say
appreciate.
this before Slim. My bad. Before you ask, I got to give Fred his flowers because I told him last year. I'm like, bro,
Yes,
I
sir.
did not know you was this good a coach because, like I said, I wasn't tapped in.
Oh,
Bro is cold. I just want to let so man, we got to be nervous all day now, man. Bro is cold.
stop,
But go
man.
ahead, Slim. My bad.
That's
No, you
love,
good.
Jay.
You good. Go ahead, Slim, and then we'll go to bro impact, and then we'll end it at Rome.
Bro, impact. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, right. You know, you definitely go ahead,
Yeah.
Slim.
Pat. No, no, I just had a question in a similar vein, just asking about JJ's development. Do you think that, like, as he's gotten older, like, there was a maturity switch that was flipped in him to where he kind of took his own personal development a little bit more serious? And what were some signs where you could see, like, okay, he really wants to go for it, and it's gone beyond just the love of a child for the game?
Nah, you know what, bro? It would be like in sixth grade, we'd come back from a trip. We used to go like Houston at the John Lucas tournament. We'd come back from the trip playing all weekend. And the second he would get back, he don't even know this, and he's not listening to this, so he don't know. But he don't have his phone right now. But he would drop his bags and go to his room. He like had a little hoop in his room, and he would play for the next hour and a half. I'm like, bro, I ain't tired. So I'm just watching. I'm taping it. He don't even know I'm taping it. So he don't know. He ain't gonna know because he ain't gonna hear this. But like, I'm like, damn, he really loves the game. And I could tell at times it frustrated because he always had heart. He always wanted it. And my wife was like, and obviously, I ain't gonna lie, it's been a lot like lately, the last 2 years especially. All these offers, all this other stuff happening. But my wife was like, but Ma, he wasn't always like this. He was just the guy, oh, he's on the team because his dad's coaching, or he's on the team because his dad played it. He ain't his dad. So she said he had to hear all that too. And that was just fueling him because he's like, no, 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 y'all gonna see. And that was his own passion. That was nothing I had nothing to do with. Because my thing is, none of my kids I'm gonna make play basketball. But if you want to play, then I know, something about this game where we can help you get better, but you gotta do the work and you gotta want it. And every trip he always came home, he's all right, today you can't do this. You can't touch a ball today. He's air dribbling, walking around the house. I'm like, damn, I'm just watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, at some point it's gonna pop. Even in sixth grade, I'm sorry so long with it, but I'm trying to answer it fully.
Nah,
Even in
you
sixth
good,
grade,
Maul. You good.
you know, saying this, saying that, rival teams, and I would laugh. I didn't take none of it personal, bro, because I knew it. I'm like, man, we playing a long game. I'm like, watched in eighth grade, watching 10th grade, watch every 2 years. I just knew the jumps were coming, and it's dope for him to like. This is kind of crazy to be real with you, like how kids get attention today, but it's dope that his work is at least being noticed. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not trying to seek for that. It's not like, oh, let's go put him out there and see. Like, nah, it's just kind of the journey you're on, but stay focused.
His
Nah,
daddy,
that's real.
his
That's
daddy
real.
is Jamal Crawford. His trainer is Jamal Crawford.
Shout out Cubs. Let, let's go to Rome, and then we'll end it with impact. Go ahead, Rome.
My fault. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
what's
you.
up, bro?
All right. What's up, Maul? So we had the pro am jumping back. 13, 14. You had
Yep,
KD out. You had Kyrie
yep.
out. So the rumor is pro am is coming back next summer. So I just wanted to know what you envision for this rendition of the pro am.
I think it'll be like it was because we don't lose that, but I have a couple little remixes to it. And it was just like the last summer, it was the Olympics. And I got to be real. In some ways, and I love my people, but in some ways, we got a little spoiled. We had Katie, around MVP time. We had Uncle Drew. We had Blake. We had CP. We had LeBron. Kobe came through. At a certain point, a pro would come through and they like, oh, it's just, I ain't gonna say no names, disrespect nobody. It's just such and such. I'm like, damn. Like we still got to show love to that person too. So I thought, okay, if we can't get anybody that people want to see on the USA, let's just wait. And then this year I was coaching. So next year it's a good chance he'll be back for sure. And Steph and Zion, I could say that because they said it on their own. I didn't ask them
Ooh.
nothing. Like, and I'm not saying it'll be next summer. They just said, Steph, like, before I retire, I'm coming. So I don't know what that means because I didn't ask him the question. But the fact that he's taking notice, we can make that happen the night before, where it's, we learned a lot from the LeBron day. So we can make it happen where things pop off for sure. But I want to add the women's. I want to feature them some more as well. The young ladies coming up as well, and some of the youngsters coming up.
Yeah, man. Nah. I was appreciate that. Let's go to Impact, man. Let's end it with Impact. Go ahead, Impact.
Molly Moore, what's going on, my
What's
brother?
up, Pac? Why you always come in like Esco though,
Hey,
like Nas Escobar? You can't just be cool. You got to come in and be the coolest dude on the thing. That's how you doing it.
hey, man, I'm just here to ask the questions. That's all,
Yeah, all
man.
right.
Hey,
What's up,
nah,
bro?
but I know, I don't know how many people are familiar, but I know you're real close with Dub C, Will Conroy, and as if you know Will Conroy, you know his son, how he's out here balling. Who I believe the same grade as JJ. So we were
Yep.
talking about your son and hooping and everything. So I'm sure they got a relationship and all that. What's the competitiveness of their relationship? Like obviously they cool, but I mean, they in the same
Oh,
class. They're both getting invited to the same camps. Like, what's that competitiveness look like between them, and how do you think they're both approaching that?
what's crazy about them is they're cousins, they're best friends, they're everything, but they're only competitive with each other when they're working out or playing against each other. But like for example, one ranking thing hit one of the other. I don't know which one it was, but whatever one it was, let's say it was William. And said something about JJ. He's like, nah, that's my cousin. We don't do that comparison thing. Like the maturity of two youngsters to not have the crabs in the bucket mentality, even though they're competing when they're on the court, just like me and Dub. But nah, we're not doing that. It's so dope to me. And for those two specifically, to be like two of the only five people in America to be invited to USA at that class is like crazy, because we have so much film of them and so many times where they were working out literally at 6 years old together, and seeing how their journeys are going is dope. And it's never, even with Dub moving, it's never came between them. They talk every single day, all day. If one of them get good news, the other one's gonna know first. So it's been dope to watch it, and I think me and Dub have preached that because there's enough in the world for all of us. We ain't always got to compare. Let's appreciate and let's encourage and let's keep pushing, give fuel to not just them too, but all the next generation coming up.
Man, that's a bet, man. Appreciate you taking my question, Big Mo.
Oh, Pac, don't do that. And Fred, if you want, I got a couple more minutes if somebody else or two
Yeah,
want to add.
yep, for surely. Yep. Who takes? Go ahead, man. I see you got your hand
I
up.
ain't been on space in a while, man. We got to
Nah,
make the most of this.
for real. Appreciate you. Go ahead, who
Years
takes?
for Fredro, only for Fredro.
Come on, man. Go ahead, who takes?
Yo, what's up, Maul?
What's up, fam?
I have a question for you, bro. Just with the NIL and how things going, right?
Uh huh.
And you know like the money makes guys relax. Like what would you tell a young kid that's getting the first meal or two of their life as an 18? How do you handle those situations? Then the other side of it is how do you handle the family situation that's gonna come with it?
I think the second part's harder than the first, to be honest with you. I think I'm not saying don't get something nice for yourself, but you gotta, like my first contract, I was already thinking this is the only contract I'm ever get. I'm never gonna sign another contract. So I gotta think like that. I got to think that this is it. So I got to make this money last the rest of my life. I got to invest it the right way. I got to save it the right way. I can't blow it. So that part, I think there needs to be a class on that. There needs to be a course on financial management and what that looks like, and taxes. Some of them think when they say a million, it's a million cash. Like how that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? So just so many different elements of that. But family, that part's tough because I went through it, and it took me at least 2 years to learn to say no, or learn to say I can't do it this time. And then some people are like, "Oh, you changed," right? And it's really sometimes them that are changed on you. But you're like, okay, if I couldn't do this, help with this $500 bill or whatever, you're changed on me. Okay, cool. You're showing me what it's about. So that part's tough and it pull at your heartstrings, but they gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? They gotta respect what you can do and what you can't do. Because if you keep this is the biggest thing with that part, and I learned this myself personally. Somebody may ask you for five.
Maul might have got a call.
About them. And the quicker you learn to say no and do what you can, help who you can, but don't overextend yourself to the point you don't have nothing left to give.
Hmm. Nah, that's real. Ron, did you want to ask Maul one question before we get up out of here, or Wall?
Yeah, I can follow up with one. All
Yeah,
right,
go
Maul.
ahead.
So we've been having a lot of conversations on space about Seattle basketball, and a lot of
Yeah.
other cities and a lot of other states are sleeping on us, bro. So if you were to bring five Seattle dudes to a pickup
Oh my
game,
goodness.
who are the five that you're gonna show up with to take on any city?
Okay, I'm
Put you on the
bringing
spot, Ball.
man. I'm bringing Doug Christie. That's my OG. I'm always gonna say him. I'm bringing Doug. I'm bringing B
Sacramento
Roy.
Kings coach for y'all that don't know.
Yeah, I'm bringing B Roy. I'm bringing Nate. If I'm going anywhere, I gotta bring Nate. Ooh wee. I gotta bring P5. How can I not bring P5? That's four. Woo. And IT. Today I'm saying IT.
Gotta respect it, man. Maul
Yeah, I'm
C, man.
saying
Gotta
today.
respect it. Appreciate you, Maul. For real,
Man, you
man.
already know, bro.
Cause you did,
Anytime. I,
you
I
you didn't
literally
you
have
didn't
not been on
you didn't have
spaces
to
in
pull
years.
up, man. So I appreciate it because you didn't have to. So I
No, I only pulled up to tell you congrats, bro, and what you're doing. And I know it's a tug of war for you in the city about who you was on coach. They understood the movement. So I just had to show love, bro, and say congrats. And this is one of the best coaches in the city, assistant or not, just what he does and how he teaches the game. So I had to pull up.
appreciate you, Maul, man. You
You
know I'm
already
gonna
know.
tap in with you.
All right, y'all.
All right, Maul, gone.
Watch out for them Garfield Bulldogs.
Okay, so Zion coming though. Zion and Steph coming on the way, bro.
Yeah, that's tough.
Mm, he gonna have to announce that like night before, bro.
It's
Midnight.
tough, Seawall. That it might have to be one of them day of. Not gonna lie,
Yeah, I was
like
about
it
to
might
say
have to be
die
right
But you
day
before.
got
of.
you got to write it down on a napkin and just place it somewhere in the city.
Yeah, but somebody's gonna find it and spoil it. Somebody everybody got sources.
Ain't that right,
Yeah, he
Napoleon?
gonna have to keep that. He gonna have to keep that one tight for sure, for sure.
Hey,
Hey
everybody got
yo,
sources. Um,
Come on, Nap.
hey,
Come on,
hey,
Nap.
all I'm gonna say is, look, I don't even mind that drop. I'm getting dropped for arguably the best six man ever, future Hall of Famer. Hey, I'll take that any day.
hey, where was Eli at talking all big, bro?
Hey, see,
I
y'all,
wanted I
y'all.
wanted to ask him about the Knicks and Larry Brown, bro. I wanted that was a good question, bro. That was a squad they had there. The Knicks in '05, but he's
Mm,
gone.
but he's gone. You'll see him again, Kenny.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be back. He'll be back.
But nah, man. How y'all doing today?
We good, Nap. What's the narrative, man?
Hoop narrative. That's the narrative.
Come on.
Come on, big narrative.
The narrative is what Kendrick Perkins said, what I said last night. We got to see if Devin Booker is that guy. He has to show up and be the guy and lead a team.
Hey,
So,
Cannon, Jehovah ain't here right now, bro. Ain't no more Suns talk, bro.
so, so,
No need, no
so
need.
I will say this, and then we can move on. And cause I said this to Hoop in the DMs. It's a different. There's two different animals. You can be that guy, and be a solid individual player. But it's a different when you lead your team. That's two different animals. We've seen people come and score 30 while getting blown out by 30. It's a difference when you take a team that had no business going to the finals. Allen Iverson. But I digress.
LeBron James multiple times.
I said what I said, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Wise words, Napoleon.
To be fair to that Sixers team, bro, they had the defensive player of the year, bro.
Hey, Seawall,
They had
you're right
Mutombo.
yesterday, bro, about them black jerseys, bro. They don't deserve those jerseys, bro.
Man, you saw the photo shoot they did, bro. I was
I
shaking
was
my
mad,
head,
bro.
dog.
I was happy because the Timberwolves got the black jerseys back. I was cool. I was happy with that. But once I seen this, I was like, oh, bro, dude, no, y'all don't deserve them joints.
At all.
Imagine if they don't make the playoffs with those jerseys, bro.
Oh, then yeah, they can never wear them jerseys again. They're banned for life.
Happy to see my boy Embiid though. If he's healthy, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Big if, man. Big if.
Hey, Hoop. Appreciate you. Hey, my timeline been jumping. I appreciate it.
I need my little percentage too then.
Hey, again, we can meet at the table.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to bring my lawyers and all that. You gonna try to get over on me.
And not, hey, nah, you pulling up with Marl and B Roy and all
Yeah,
that. Look, I don't
right,
want no
right.
smoke.
Yeah,
I
right.
want.
I'm pulling up dolo. I ain't pulling up. I'm pulling up dolo.
Nah, man, but
Good narrative though, man. Good narrative, man.
I seen the narrative. I cried laughing. I said, I know Hoop. When I send this to you, you gonna have something to say.
Yeah, man. You funny, Napoleon. You be having me in tears, boy. I tell you that. I'll tell you that, man. Yeah.
So I got a question for the spaces. Who is that? Whether it's a star, role player, whatever. Who is that breakout player that you expect something big from this year?
Andre Iguodala.
Hey, man.
No, I got
I
uh
want to see how Michael Porter Jr. is going to be doing with it just by himself. I just want to see that.
Curious Mike. I'm interested in what he do too,
sneaky
bro. That's my new favorite
sneakily I
player.
got Julius Randle. I think he's had a good summer. He's been labbing. He looks good. So I think they lost. He fell short too for like the second time in his career. He's in a really good headspace. So he's one of mine.
Andrew Nimhart.
For me, it's Lonzo. I want to see how he steps into a space where he doesn't necessarily have to be the guy, but he had he has a point to prove. I honestly did not see him going to Cleveland, so I'm interested to see how that falls.
I like that. Uh, shit. My non-Laker player I want to see probably be Cade. I want to see how he responds, what he added to his game after that playoff series. They added a few pieces in Detroit, so I mean, he got a little bit more around him. So Cade and Ant, I want to see what they added to their toolbox.
Alonso Baldwin is a good one. I think it's a contract year for him as well. So he could make some money if he performs.
Sneakily though, I also believe Scoot Henderson. It's gonna be interesting to see him now with technically only one point guard, and that's him and Drew. I wouldn't put Drew as a point guard, but I think it's gonna be. It has to be a big year for Scoot because it's year three. Everybody's expecting stuff from him. He got a team option next year, so it's like a big prove it year for him too.
What's the consensus on Shaden just around the
Yeah,
league?
Who?
Shaden Sharp.
I think everybody loves the thought of him. Like he has a lot of potential of being a 20 points per game scorer in the league. Now it's just about him falling in love with the process and the day to day work. That's what I think the biggest thing is for him and the consistency that I've heard.
Yeah, if I had to give players, I would give two. I'm with. Uh, I think somebody mentioned Cade. I want to see, are we gonna stay at this level, like what we saw last year? Add some obviously certain wrinkles to the game. How we respond from getting a taste of the playoffs and then getting eliminated, and then even before I saw the media day, I was intrigued, but I'm even more intrigued now. Got to go with Z, man. Got to go with Z. I want to see footage of how this is going to, because the one thing I'm concerned about, the one thing that made him a great prospect was the fact of his size with those skill set. We trimmed down a little bit, but did we I hope don't lose enough strength, you know what I'm saying, to what we know that he can do, you know, as far as that. But that those would be the two.
Jay, do you feel like that was his superpower? The one thing when if skill set was matched, athleticism was matched, his size was the superpower. Pause if
Uh,
necessary.
I wouldn't say necessarily a superpower. What impressed me the most about him was his motor coming out of college. The fact that he was just going, bro. His motor ran hot all the time. It really did. I'm real big on guys who are athletic, but I have to see the motor to match, because if you don't have that motor to use said athleticism, then it's kind of like you have a great tool at your usage, but you're not willing to want to use it. You know what I'm saying? To the best of your
Yeah, you're
ability.
you're you're, you're coasting.
Correct at that point. So it wasn't necessarily the size. Now the size had something to do with it because I mean, bro, he's a bowling ball, bro. He gets downhill, game over, right? But the motor in his second jump was the two things I was very, very impressed with. And obviously him being a Duke guy and I'm a Carolina guy, I saw a lot of that. So I saw it up front and close.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
My
So
my and because again, I rock with Carolina basketball. My the biggest critique I had for him coming out of high school was
excuse me.
he was so much bigger from a stature point. Paul, again, pause if necessary. That I'm like you're playing against kids, so to see him as a true freshman do that against guys who had developed a college build was impressive and almost at times scary. And like I said, he reminds me of a combination of a young Sean Kemp and a young Larry Johnson because athletically they were just insane.
For me, it's easy. It's John Moran. I want to see him get back to where he belongs. Being a premier player.
Not mad at that. Not
I,
mad
Mm.
at that.
Kanan, I like to ask you, like, what do you think that Ja needs to do this year to be elevated back up to that level?
Bro, he just needs to be on the court, bro. His talent is undeniable.
I'm gonna be
But of
honest.
course, the jump shot. Because he needs
What does he need to add to his game though, even if he is on
a
the court?
pull up jump up game. Because people are always dropping off
A
him,
little bit of
give him
that,
space because they're afraid of.
a little bit of that seawall. But the one thing I want to see is the game slow down for him. You know what I'm saying? Like simplified. Like you don't necessarily have to. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go for the home run all the time. Ain't nothing wrong with a single here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see that more. You know what
100%.
I'm saying? I want to see
Yeah,
more of that as the
100%.
game slowed down for him. Now he'll show flashes of that, and when he does, he's very damn good still. Right? I just want to see more consistency
yeah.
of
I
that.
think he needs. Nah, that's real, and he needs to simplify the game a little
Absolutely.
bit more. I feel like, I feel like late in the season, bro, like he hurts himself, by trying to
Yeah,
jump
bro.
over people a lot and putting himself in harm's way. So,
But Jay,
some of them injuries are self
at the
inflicted.
same
Absolutely.
time,
If he could,
the one thing I love about him is his competitiveness. He always wants to basically take the. You know what I'm trying. He's always trying to hit the first punch. He doesn't want to. You know what I mean? I like his
No,
competitiveness.
I get that. I just look at it as, bro, that floater can give you the same bucket that dunk can.
Yeah, it's almost the art of
The
boxing.
same bucket.
It's
Like,
the my bad, Jake.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, yeah, well, I think I kind of know where you're going, where at times he wants to look for the knockout at times.
Yeah,
And
not
yeah, and he don't
yeah,
necessarily need to do that.
not just that, but hit without being hit. So don't take the unnecessary damage if you don't have to, especially
Go ahead, bro.
er, early
Go ahead,
on
bro.
in the season. But the one thing I want to see Ja do, I want to see him facilitate because that's going to open up his game so much more down the stretch. Because when the last 5 minutes of a game or you're in a playoff series and the refs are letting things go, when you have the others involved, now they have to pick their poison. Are they gonna lock in on you, and have you given your guys enough confidence to be able to take those shots in the big moments?
Oh shit, the hoes out here fighting. Oh, my apologies, who my apologies.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be interesting too because their team dynamic. What is it gonna look like without Desmond Bain? Because that was another creator for you as well, besides Ja. So with you starting KCP, who's just again 3D guy, Ja, you're gonna have to do a lot more creating on the perimeter a little bit more.
No, Riz ain't happy hearing this.
And scoring. He
I
has to do a
mean,
lot more
we
scoring as
we ain't
well.
said nothing. We ain't said
Nah,
nothing
no,
bad.
he just
We're talking about all things that he can improve,
he's just
like,
listening.
and the team can
Don't be
improve.
I mean,
surprised.
everything that everybody said had merit attached. I don't see why somebody would disagree with anything.
Yeah, like I said before, bro, the start of the year probably gonna be kind of tough due to the injuries, but I think they can somehow figure it out and just buy into the new system.
Is Jaron and
Yeah,
I
Jaren
know
is
Zach
out
Edey's
for
out to
12,
start.
Jerry, yeah, I'm
approximately
about to say
12
Jerry
weeks.
out for a little
He's gonna be
minute.
reevaluated at 12 weeks, and that happened in July 2nd.
So that's what I mean. That's around now, ain't it?
Uh,
If you saying 12,
yeah, then Zach Edey is expected to
yeah,
return
that's
November
around now.
11th versus New York.
You know who I'm like I he's good.
He already said
I
that he's gonna be out the first half of the season. Takes.
The
you
first
know
half.
Yeah, because it's like the thing, because he had an ankle injury in college too. His ankle always bothered him in college, so it's just tricky when you're 7'6" and it's a
Yeah,
lower.
it's
Yeah,
yeah,
it gets
yeah.
tricky.
Because takes. We've seen this movie before with lower extremity injuries with guys that size. We've seen this
that's a
movie
fact.
before.
That is a fact.
And
You know,
I like Zach. I like Zach. I really do.
Yeah, he's a good big. Yeah, I like Zach. He's a good big.
Yeah.
Jay, you know who I I I I want to see him progress, but I don't think he's gonna